Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson,
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
and we just got back from a wild weekend at Talladega. We did it again. This was year two. We went down the boulevard. We saw some crazy racing. Buddy, it was a great time down in Dega.
Oh man, that place will forever have a place inside of my heart. Good old Talladega, nothing beats it. It's one of if for our viewers and listeners out there, if you have never been to Talladega, that has to immediately jump up to number one on the bucket list. It's just such a great atmosphere to be around, and the racing was great. And then the Talladega Boulevard is probably one of the most it's one of the most iconic places for NASCAR in history. That boulevard, some crazy shit goes down. It was like a 3 day 4 day party, and it was
Yep.
we had a blast, man, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, got to bring Sam and Joel along with us for their first time, and I'd say they had a blast.
I mean, what better way to go to your first? What better track to go to your first NASCAR race at and first NASCAR experience at in Talladega? They literally saw the mother lode right there because that place is just it's its own beast.
Yeah, really is. So can't wait till we talk about that later in the show. But before we start all that, let's start off with our diecast of the week. Buddy, you got something special, I guess, today, huh?
I really wouldn't say it's special. It's just something we haven't seen before. Because I have a very smaller collection of diecast, but I just saw this one sitting in the display case. And I was like, I've never played this. And it kind of fits because the next track we're going to this weekend is Dover. And this man, when we went to Dover, it was game over because he was going to win this race all the time. It was a 2006 Jimmie Johnson Shamu SeaWorld car.
What the fuck? Where the hell did you get that?
I could not even tell you, but I have a display case right outside my room. And actually, this was in like my mom's collection of diecast, and it was sitting out there. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, we're going to Dover, and Jimmie Johnson, he is the king of Dover,
Oh
pretty much.
yeah.
So, dude, it is a weird looking car.
Holy shit.
I was just like, that's a whale.
I
And I
didn't
was like,
even
what?
know he ran a Shamu. Is that a cup car or a Busch series
Yeah.
car?
Oh, this is the Nextel series car right here.
What the
2006.
what
But
the
yeah,
hell?
so I was like, this is perfect. This is one nobody's ever seen before
Yeah.
on this show. So I was like, why not bust it out? And then really, Jimmie Johnson, he was the king of Dover. When we went
Oh
to
yeah.
Dover, that 48 car was always out front. And actually, believe it, Dover was the site of Jimmie Johnson's last career win, right? 2017.
Yeah, it
2000,
was. Yep.
2017. So he I want to say, does he have the record for most Dover wins in the Cup Series?
I'm actually Googling that right now. Yeah, he has won a record 11 times at
Yeah.
Dover.
So
Holy
yeah,
shit.
Jimmy and Shamu, they run that track.
Yeah.
But
83
yeah,
wins and 11 of them came at the Monster Mile. So yeah, he's pretty good there.
yeah. So I was just like, oh, this is the perfect car. I don't think I'll ever play this car again. Maybe we'll do it at Dover in the fall, but this one makes its debut.
Yeah, either that or if we get a race like the Shamu 500, who knows?
Oh hell yeah.
All right, buddy, you said it. We're going to Dover this weekend. I had to throw it back to Dover 2019 when Busch allowed Kevin Harvick to put his name on the car instead of Busch Beer because they were sick of promoting Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch all these years on the car. So had to get Harvick Beer on the car. I thought it was awesome. Just get his name on there. This is gonna be his last time at Dover. They even put instead of turn 4 at Dover, they put Harvick 4 on there with his font 4 on there. So yeah, that's another driver that's really good at this track, and man, it's gonna be sad to see him race here one last time.
Oh yeah. So that car reminds me of like the NASCAR video games when you can't purchase like you got to be 21 and over to like purchase the beer car or whatever. So then
Yeah,
they would just put like last names like that. Like Brad Keselowski's car was literally Brad K instead of Miller Lite. It just had
Yeah.
Brad. It just had Brad K on the hood of it. So that just kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, the same thing like Dale Jr. back in the day. Instead
Yeah,
of
it
like
was
Budweiser,
Dale.
they even put like Dale Jr. or they put like Dale Earnhardt Incorporated on there.
Yeah, it was.
So
I think I have a little 164th Earnhardt Jr. car where the hood just says Dale.
yeah, I got a Keselowski car and it just says like Blue Deuce on the side of
Yeah,
it.
so weird.
No, it really is. But I thought that was pretty cool when they brought that out.
Oh yeah, that's badass.
Yep. So, all right, some top stories before we get into our race review. Frankie Muniz, he's the points leader in the ARCA series right now. Who would have thought, man? He's had a top 10 in every race this year, and he's proven himself. He is a legit race car driver.
Yeah, it might just be the ARCA series, but like this kid, he can drive a race car. So for those who are saying that he can't go out and drive a race car, I know there's a lot of them out there. I mean, it's ARCA, but it's still impressive that that he is the points leader as of right now. So that is
Mhm.
very very cool for Frankie.
Yeah, absolutely. And then NASCAR, they're investigating the 5 and 41 after that vicious wreck that they got into when pieces of the cockpit was basically showing out of Larson's car. He's lucky that nothing hit him inside there, but yeah, they're investigating like how can we make this thing safer because that
Like,
should not
oh,
be happening. We should
that
not be seeing the inside of the car from the outside.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen anything like that before in all
No.
of my years of watching racing. So that was scary right there. Very grateful and very lucky that nothing like Kyle Larson's okay. Like
Yeah, for
it
real.
was
That would have been
it was
really
40
bad.
same with the 41 Ryan Priest. They took nasty hits and
Yeah, I don't know if you saw like the inside of Priest's car, like his showing him like he was rattling around like
oh
it
yeah.
brought his visor up too. Like that's
That
how
was
forceful that impact was.
that was insane. Like, yeah, we talk about how safe these cars are, but now it's just
Mhm.
like, how do we make them safer? That something like that can't happen again.
Yeah, because we don't want someone to end their career early like Kurt Busch did last year. It's
No,
we got to work on this real fast.
absolutely.
And then it was announced yesterday. Blaine Perkins, he was in that giant wreck at Talladega. He flipped like 6, 7 times. He was released from the hospital. They haven't really said if there was an issue. I'm sure they were just monitoring him just to make sure there was nothing, no concussions or any other kind of like brain damage. Because boy, did he take a fucking tumble.
That was scary. Glad to see that he's okay though and out of the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into the Xfinity Series race.
Let's just not.
Sorry, bud.
Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
Another heartbreak for you in person with Daniel Hemrick, man.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Justin Allgaier, he won stage one. And then we had the Blaine Perkins flip. We talked about that real vicious wreck. Glad everyone's all right.
That
And
one was
then
crazy. That one was crazy because I only saw it out the corner of my eye because I was watching. So like from where we were sitting, it's like you could kind of see the backstretch, kind of couldn't. So they had that screen, the big monitor. So I was watching on that when they were down the backstretch. Out of the corner of my eye, I just see something get airborne. I was like, "What is that?"
yeah,
There's Blaine Perkins going down the Alabama getting super stretched, and like, what was that?
yeah,
That was insane. That was the first flip I've ever seen in person, and
yeah, same here,
that was
man.
that was a scary one.
Yeah, I'm glad he's all right. John Hunter Nemechek, he pulls a bad block, takes himself out in front of his teammate of Ryan Truex. And then with 13 to go, I was talking about it. This is why I did not pick a junior motorsports driver last week. 3 out of the 4 junior motorsports drivers, Justin Allgaier, Josh Berry, and Sam Mayer, all take themselves out along with Derek Kraus. Man, like you said last week, Noah Gragson was the glue that was keeping all these guys together. And now it's just madness.
Sam Mayer's just got to stop crashing. I feel like every
That was all I think that was Josh Berry that kind of
no, it
caused that
was.
one there.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
but
like Sam Mayer's always just in these positions where that kid crashes every single week, and yeah, this one wasn't his fault, but yeah, these JRM boys they don't like to play nice this year.
No, they don't.
And once again, that probably wasn't a very pleasant drivers meeting yesterday with the boss man Dale Jr.
Oh,
Talking about that one.
he's just fucking had it at this point,
It's
man.
just like, come on, he's gonna start. He's gonna start being like, well, you guys are gonna stop paying for this shit. I'm tired of it.
All right.
They do not play nice with each other. This is at least like the third or fourth race where they've had incidents with one another. Any JRM car with another
Yeah,
JRM
at
car.
least. Yeah.
Just what a weird year for them. They still don't have any wins on the year. Noah Gregson was literally the one keeping that organization together.
And everyone thought that he was the mayhem driver.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But I'm sorry, we got to talk about this. But with 3 to go, Daniel
Oh.
Hemrick pulled a bad block and basically just caused the big one. Everyone wrecked behind him, got into the wall, and he just flipped. Was stuck upside down for a couple minutes. All that blood rushing to his head. I'm sure that wasn't feeling good, just hanging there. But man, 3 laps to victory.
Dude, this one
You need to listen to your spotter. That is something where he just kind of took control for himself right
I
there.
see.
He wanted that win.
I would love to go back and listen to that audio and see what really happened there. But yeah, that was just he owned up to it in his interview
Yeah.
as something he can't be doing. It was a very bad block, and man, I'm trying to think about. I've had 3 heartbreaks. I could have seen this man win races 3 times now. We go back to Atlanta, we go back to Martinsville, now we go back to this one.
Yeah.
I don't know which one hurts the most out of those 3. At this point,
I'd say Atlanta, I'd say. That was your
that,
biggest chance to win.
no, dude, we were checked out. Well, we were checked out in both those races. The
Martinsville
Martinsville one,
too.
Martinsville, we were gone, and then that one got away from us. But man, yeah, this was just another one. That ugly ass paint scheme got turned upside down.
Yeah. 2 flips in one race, and we've never seen a flip before. Holy shit.
It sucked to see because I really thought that the 11 car had one of the best cars of the day. He found ways to get up front all day long. He led laps. It was very cool to see him lead laps again, especially with how bad his run at Cog has been since he's got there. But that one sucked. But hey, man, that was all on him. I'm just glad he's okay. Never like to see drivers go upside down, but now, hey, he's gonna make a bunch of money off the t-shirts that he's selling. The Daniel flipping Hemrick shirts. But it's funny. I was telling Dalton about that. He was like, he made those shirts after he won the championship because he did a flip. That's what he does when he wins races. He does flips. So he made that shirt afterwards. But now it's got a whole new meaning to it. And even he tweeted out today. He's like, well, this wasn't what we had in mind when these shirts came out, but now let's put them back out on the market and make some money with it. But yeah, dude, that one sucked. I was not a happy camper after that one.
Yeah, but last place you want to be is in the lead at Talladega or Daytona, because either you're gonna have to make a block like that, or you're just gonna get dumped and you're gonna be taken 3 wide and see you later, bud. So
that one,
it was in the heat of the moment, man.
That's just one I just don't think he had to make, because if I remember correctly, the help was coming. He was gonna get a bump. If he would have just stayed where he was, he was gonna. If he
would have stayed with, I think he would have stayed with like Sheldon Creed.
Well, no, Sheldon's the one that dumped him. Sheldon was coming. Sheldon was coming on the bottom. Hemrick was on the top, and he came down, and then all that happened. I think he would have stayed at the top. I think he would have gotten a run, and I think it would have been okay. But heat of the moment, he owned up to it. You move on. It just sucked that I had to be there in person for yet another heartbreak.
Yeah.
Pretty soon he's gonna like DM me. He's gonna be like, "Stop coming to my races, man. Just stop.
I will pay you.
I will pay you. I will pay you to stop coming.
Just stop coming Saturdays." You need to go back into your dorm in West Virginia and watch the championship race.
Crack open some natty lights. Hell yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So then after the big one, Jeb Burton, he held off Shelton Creed and Parker Kligerman to get his second Xfinity Series win. Legit this time. He did it. He won a big race. Jordan Anderson got his first win as an owner. Cool to see that happen, especially since this is the track where he suffered those horrible burns last October.
Right. See, like that, I don't really care for Jeb Burton all that much, but I was more or less happy for Jordan Anderson because he's been through a lot. He was just that he's always just been the grinder.
Mm-hmm.
He was the grinder in the truck series, and then he decided, hey, I'm gonna step back and I'm just gonna work on running this team now. And he gets credited with his first career win as a team owner, so that was cool to see. But yeah, Jeb Burton, he went out, he did what he had to do. I mean, he's pretty damn solid at these super speedways. He always finds a way to get himself at the front of the field, and he did what he had to do. And I enjoyed his celebration. I mean,
He blew
that's a
his
small
transmission, man.
that's a small team right there. You like to see
Yeah.
the emotion. You like to see the emotion like that. So yeah, that's but it just sucked to see, man. Fucking what happened to Hamrick, and I got to see Jeb Burton win. But yeah, and
Yeah.
good for Jeb. You live with it.
Yeah, cool for Jordan Anderson. He's got Jeb and Parker Retzloff as drive. Parker did really great throughout that race before he got involved in one of the wrecks there. And it's pretty funny. I don't know if you saw, but he's got Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents as his pit sign because he looks just fucking like him. I was like,
That's
oh,
right.
that's perfect.
I think that has to go right up there with best pit signs next to Timmy Hills. Timmy.
And when Kyle Busch used to use Kyle from South Park as
Yeah.
well. So
That's
I love
perfect.
it. Alrighty, so congrats to Jordan and Jeb. Let's move over to the show on Sunday, the Geico 500, and immediately lap 2, Michael McDowell had a tire go down, and he was just struggling to make it back up, could not keep up with the pack, and I think he ended up like 7 laps down towards the end of the race. Poor guy, he does so well on super speedways and just shit like that happens. And
Yeah,
I had him on my fantasy too, so I just had to keep him in my garage all day.
I had him in my fantasy too for reasons like that. I mean,
He won the
gets
Daytona 500, man.
I mean, like he earned like he's not just one of those guys who just lucks himself into the top 10 at the end of these things. He knows what to do. I mean, when you got a 3-time Daytona 500 champ like Denny Hamlin saying, "Yeah, I don't know why everybody's so surprised that he won one of these things. He's always up here. He knows what to do." So yeah, I'm sure that was very disappointing for the team, given that this one had to be circled on the list for sure.
Yeah, right. And then we had some issues with drivers entering pit road under green flag conditions. We had Chase Briscoe, he spun, and then I think something broke on his car where he just could not move, and he was just basically doing donuts on pit road.
I remember I was just like, he thinks he won the race on lap 13 or
Yeah,
like, what's
right.
going on?
Tyler Reddick spun out as well, hit the wall, got some damage. So that sucks for those guys.
Always seems to happen at these super speedways. Getting on the pit road, it's just so hard because you got different organizations, different teams on different pit strategies at these kind of racetracks. So it all has to work out perfectly. Otherwise, you're gonna have something like that. Someone's gonna send it in there, and something always seems to go wrong on pit road at the super speedways.
Nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Absolute nerve wracking. Like you're slowing down from like 185 miles per hour down to what? What's the pit road speed? Like 60?
Probably, I think it's like 55 MSE.
Yeah, 55 miles per hour. Yeah, it's not going to be clean every single time. So, all right. Chase Elliott won stage 1. Go figure. He's pretty damn good at this track here. And then Eric Almirola, he beat Chase Elliott in a photo finish for stage 2 last second. Ooh, man.
That was a damn good finish to that stage right there.
Yeah.
That had me on a feet. It was just so great. All the Chase Elliott fans were going wild because
And then
in the tri-oval, Chase had it, but that's what's so great about Talladega is the finish line is not at the tri-oval. It's down farther, and they're all celebrating. And who comes in and steals it? Mr. Eric Almirola himself. And then they're just like, wait. They're like, oh, come on. And that's when I got it. And that's when we got up and started cheering, like, yeah.
That was great, yeah. And another great super speedway driver, Eric Almirola. Yeah. So good for him to collect those stage points. And Noah Gragson, he was running up front throughout this race. He was looking fantastic. He even gave old Harrison Burton a nudge and took him out of the lead. So we got to see, they finally took Kim Burton off the camera. So I was finally happy to see her off there. And then we had Joey Logano. He spun from contact from Corey LaJoy, and Ricky Stenhouse was with them as well. And then the big one here with Noah Gragson getting squirrely. Ross Chastain, he saw like an inch of room to go 3 wide, and he went for it and kind of got Noah loose, and Noah tried to block, and it was game over. Noah went into the wall. That's when the wreck with Ryan Preece and Kyle Larson happened. Glad they're both okay. That was horrible, but goddamn, man, so close to seeing Noah possibly getting his first Cup Series win, at least finish the race. But
man,
damn.
he was up there all day long. And 42 was fast, and man, I was hoping he was gonna get that one done. But when you got a guy like Ross Chastain, like you said, there was maybe like a tiny little inch for him. He's gonna take it.
Yeah.
If there's an inch of a hole there, he's going to take it. That's the kind of guy that Ross Chastain is. We've seen this time and time again. Just sucked that it had to be Noah Gragson, because literally your face went from so happy that Noah's out front to I could just see the pain in your face. I was like patting you on the back. I was like, welcome, buddy. This is me yesterday. Pal. Enjoy. But man, yeah, that really sucked to see. And glad that Larson and Priest are okay. But man, yeah, Noah was up there. He got stage points in both stages. So that was a bright side for sure. And he was going for it at the end of the Talladega race. He was where he needed to be, and it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, he's proven that he can run really well and up front at these super speedways. So got Atlanta coming up in July, and then Daytona in September. So can't wait.
Yep, he's got chances.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, so then after all that, we had another restart, and Bubba Wallace was leading the white flag, and he had his old buddy Ryan Blaney behind him, and Bubba decided to block him not one, not two,
twice,
but 3 times. He blocked his buddy Ryan Blaney, and Blaney said, "No, I'm just gonna go right through you, bud. That's how it works." Wrecked behind him, and then Kyle Busch became victorious.
See, I hate this for so many reasons, because I went back and I watched the replay. Bubba Wallace made a hell of a move going down the tri-oval, coming to the white flag left to take the lead away. And yeah, I mean, you got to put him at fault here. You can't block. Ryan Blaney said it best in the interview. He's like, you can't block 3 times like that and not expect something like that to happen. Really sucked to see, but you know what? I'm happy that Bubba Wallace was still in good spirits after that one, because I hate seeing that guy so hard on himself, and he knew he had a chance there, but he said that was the best super speedway performance that they've had as a team, and he's damn good at these racetracks.
Yeah.
He is one of the best in the Cup Series right now at these kind of racetracks. But yeah, but you also almost can't fault him. It's Talladega. It's the white flag lap at Talladega. You're not going to give anybody anything. He did what he had to do, but yeah, when you block 3 times, something like that's bound to happen. It just sucked to see that for Bubba, but I'm still happy that he was in good spirits after it. And it sucked though, because Michael Jordan was there too, so that would have been cool. That would have been cool to see. But hey, he gave it his all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just like the Hemrick wreck, he's just trying to get that win, just trying to go for it, doing anything that he can. And you're gonna make mistakes like that, but they're gonna learn. Both those guys have a lot of years ahead of them in NASCAR. They're gonna learn from this.
Well, the thing is I knew exactly what was going to happen once they took the white. Once you see the 20, I remember we saw the 23 just kept shoving it up. He just kept going up the racetrack, up the racetrack, up the racetrack. I was like, oh boy, here we go. This is going to get spun right here. And lo and behold, that's what happened. Yeah, you just can't block 3 times here. But fucking Kyle Busch goes to victory lane at Talladega. I feel like that should be illegal. That man, he stolen one there, but he put himself in position to be there.
13 years since he's won there.
I believe it was strategy that got him up to the front, and hey, that paid off for him. But yeah, that was just one of those. Hey, right place, right time. The front two take each other out. I'm gonna take that win from you, and that's what Kyle does. But yeah, seeing Kyle Busch win at Talladega in an RCR car in the eight of all numbers just feels like it should be so illegal.
And this is the second time we've seen him win this year. And
Yeah,
he's
we gotta
the
stop going.
two cup races that we've been to this year, Kyle Busch
We're
has won.
done.
Yeah, I'm done. I
Done.
said I'm going to Gateway. I said I'm going to Michigan. Nah, fuck
Done.
that.
Done. I'm done with cup races the rest of the year. We traveled all the way to California. It snows. Kyle Busch wins. And then we traveled all the way down to Alabama. And Kyle Busch wins at Talladega. That's not supposed to happen.
No, it's not fair.
But it just goes to what RCR brings to their super speedway program. Maybe compared to what they were doing over at JGR, because both them boys are fast. They were fast at Daytona, and they were fast here at Talladega. So I'm sure Kyle's got to be feeling really happy with this move. He's already got 2 wins in this car, so it's only going to get. He's only just going to continue to get better and better from here.
Oh,
with that program.
It's Kyle Busch. This guy is gonna improve this program and turn RCR.
He already has.
And he already has. But right now, I think he's gonna turn RCR back into one of the top teams in NASCAR. Like put them on Hendrick level status.
Absolutely, just a Busch going to victory lane in Earnhardt country.
Doesn't feel right, man. Especially when you get the Alabama gang to do the command. Yeah, Donnie Allison's car rolling out there on the track. Just felt like such a good day for like a Harvick or a Gregson win. But no, we got Kyle Busch in a McLaren Grills car. Fuck.
That was funny to see, though, that their website completely crashed after Kyle Busch won because of all the interest that they had in it.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's how loyal NASCAR fans are to their sponsors. They see something like, on a car, hey, I'm going to get that. You support my driver. You support the sport. I'm going to go out and get that thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. That was a great race, though. Yeah. It was, I think it was better than the Talladega race that we went to last year. Absolutely. Because I think the big problem that we had last year is they could not get that third line going. And I think that's what a lot of people thought the issue was going to be this week, or this year again, is that they wouldn't get that top lane rolling. No, remember there was that time where it was 3 wide for like 10 rows, maybe 9 rows of 3 wide action. Like that was incredible racing that we saw on Sunday, and it was so cool that we got to see that.
Yeah, that was really awesome. Just so glad to be back at Talladega Super Speedway. Just one of my absolutely favorite track. Like I've never had an experience there like any other racetrack.
It's on the list. It's on the list for that's going to become the yearly tradition here for sure.
Oh yeah, I can't miss a year without going to Talladega. I already got withdrawals, man. I already want to go back. I wish we were living in the creek right now.
Oh man, what a great time that would be.
Yeah, right. Well, buddy, you got anything else to add before we end the show here?
Another successful race weekend with the boys in the book. Glad that Sam and Joel got to come out for this one and experience it. We drank a lot of beer, had a great time, and can't wait to do it again next year.
Yep. I had a fucking blast down in Talladega. Got to walk down the boulevard. We got to see Noah Gregson singing Mr. Brightside in a wheelchair with a bunch of beads around his neck. I mean, can't get any better than that. Saw Clint Boyer and Regan Smith having a beer together. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And then I saw old T-Bane's old mechanic from when he was on. When he was on a 6 car in 2014. He still remembers who I am. I'll never forget what he said to me. Nick, what the fuck are you doing down here? I was like, it's Talladega, baby. Oh, I love that guy.
That's awesome.
Shout out to you, Jimmie Holder.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning into the Stock Car Spectacle. If you haven't yet, make sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel. And you can also check us out on Twitter and Instagram. So that'll wrap it up for us. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Kinsel.
And we'll see you guys next time.